potential for life in matter, such that at some point life could emerge from this pool of sludge, that there was, so that when we think about like something that's, couldn't possibly be agentic, it's a table, like, I'm not saying that this table will have some potential to come to life, but that how we understand the materiality of our universe, we have to understand that there in inert things, there is some potential that we tend to think, oh, that pool of sludge that happened like, billions of years ago, it was maybe just a fluke or it only happened once, but what would it be like to think about this, that potential is in all things still.
Happening all around us all the time.
Well, when we talk about technology too, we're on the cusp of artificial intelligence. And that's a really easy thing to understand that there could be broad implications to objects when you think of it that way.
But so for me too, though, maybe this is helpful for you, there's a very large disconnect or space between pragmatic and normative, because the way that I think, like, I want to really question why I think that I'm so much more important than this table, and why I'm constantly thinking about myself, and whether there's such a thing as morals, and whether there's such a thing as responsibility, and whether I'm even speaking right now, whether I'm like, I'm very uncertain, and that's where normatively I am. But pragmatically, I think that people who are middle class and living in America have a moral responsibility to not eat animals, and that eating animals is wrong. Like, that's what I'm okay saying out loud, even though I have so many questions about that.
But we're forgetting, though, that in a very non-pragmatic way, objects don't just appear. We've created them. That's where
if you think of the sun making them, if that helps. So, yeah, like the sun is an agent. So I didn't create the sun, but the sun has the sun.
So you actually touched on where this was sort of going. So if we have a moral agency and therefore a moral responsibility to not eat an animal, how do we apply that to the wolf or the lion?
They're the same. Well, the same as you apply it to a baby. If a baby gets hold of the gun that you've been lying around and shoots someone, you don't put it in jail.
Sometimes
but if the baby has if the baby has fangs and its only sustenance comes from the gazelle, then
right, but you don't. It's different from preventing harm and making a moral judgment. So you might want to certainly put up a fence and stop yourself being eaten by a wolf, but there's going to be a morally relevant difference between that wolf and conscience.
That's the distinction I'm trying to find.
Well, because the wolf is not capable of making an alternative decision. It's not doing something
Well,
wrong.
and why would the wolf have to? I think we have to always reaffirm our position, awareness of our position. To me, not eating animals is really important, and it's grounded in nonviolence. I don't know if a wolf eating a deer is a violent act, and I've had this discussion with other vegans, and them having the experience of watching a lion eat a gazelle or whatever, and being absolutely horrified by it. But why is that horrifying? Is that violence? What constitutes violence? But I also don't have answers.
That's the thing about those animals. They're always like eating something. You think, oh, we got the baby gazelle. You want the baby gazelle to get it right, and then that lion takes it home to its cubs, right? And the cubs eat.
And there's also the issue, like, that aside, that also doesn't have implications for, say, my own decisions. It could be that the wolf is super evil, but it could be also that it doesn't really matter.
Right.
Because just like I could say, well, look at all these people who go around murdering other people, it's still equally wrong for me to do it.
And also, I don't know how people want to self-identify or even identify at all. We are in a room of a lot of theorists, so I hope they're also asking these questions to people who, at least I identify as a theorist. You got a lot of theory in here. If you go to a different room and ask people who may be more think of themselves primarily as actors, you might get really different answers
Yeah,
to this
that's
question.
right.
So I hope you don't take this particular room as representative of this conference.
I gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
Right
But you
now.
And
started
why
this
does it
year,
always
so-
happen that the good stuff always happens when you have a minute left?
Well, this is great, and I wondered what's gonna be on it, what was gonna be like to be on a panel with two people, but this is wonderful how it opened up.
Couldn't ask for it.
Yeah, instead of it being rushed with 4 people and, you know, a few rushed questions at the end.
Thank
So
you all
thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.